I mean, the 6'4" thing, fine. I would have been tall regardless.
Right.
I would have been 6'4". But if I was a really skinny dude who, had no money, sat at home playing the Xbox, I'd have no receipts on social media, no one would know who I was. I'd probably have a patchy beard because of low testosterone because I've never done any training in my life. That guy's not getting laid. 6'4" or no 6'4". And what people don't want to hear is that to become Tristan Tate was a slow process of hard work that took me 15 years. And I'm still working on myself. I think the Tristan Tate in 3 or 4 years is going to be a much better version of who I am now.
Right.
And what a lot of people want to do is, blame their circumstances, but they don't understand that. I mean, height aside, you could change every circumstance about you. Right. You could change how handsome you are. You could change how fit you are, how strong you are, how rich you are, how smart you are. I'll talk to women about intellectual things and books I've read and history and so I love this stuff.
Yeah.
But why do I know all that? I couldn't afford a university education. I educated myself. So a lot of the things women like about me, my height aside, I created for myself. And I would much rather have everything else. So you dudes who are out there who are 5'8", why aren't you jacked and smart and rich and driving a fucking Lamborghini, and charming and funny? And why aren't you?
Right.
But you'll have none of those things and you'll be like, oh yeah, Tristan, well you're 6'4". As though everything else wasn't my own creation, wasn't my own hard work, because it was.
Right. When it comes to becoming the best version of yourself, and the thought of, let's say you're 5'10", you live in Indiana, you have less than 250,000 people in your little town. Mm-hmm. There's got to be 3 women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's gotta be. A Louisiana 9, bro. Yeah. you know what I'm saying? Which is an inside joke. Yeah. But look, bro, if it's brown, it's down, which is another inside joke. Any hunter would get that. But the thing is like, I don't think that you would, if you were from a town like that, and you didn't have some other expectations, you could be more than happy living that life, being the man in your town. You've maximized everything about you. You don't have to live in Miami, per se, to really have a good life, to really have a rotation of women that you care about, which is something that you're obviously really, really good at. And the reason I think you're good at that, and that's kind of what I'm leading to with this, is that those women stay with you, to be completely frank, in my opinion, because they would have one hell of a fucking time replacing you.
A lot of the time, I think so. But you're forgetting something with your story about what if I lived in this small town? What if?
Right.
I lived in a tiny ass town.
Right.
Well, it wasn't tiny, but it was horrible. And there's
Right.
very few hot women in Luton, England. And I lived on a council estate, and I was flat broke.
Right.
And what did I do? I was at the gym 5 hours a day. Started winning kickboxing fights. Word around town got out that I was on my way up. Started doing well. I had pretty girlfriends way before. I wasn't a millionaire till I was 28 years old. Yep. I've had pretty girlfriends since I was 17, 18, 19. Because I've always been hardworking and on my way up, and I didn't live in Bucharest or Dubai or London.
No supercars.
Yeah, or these wonderful cities with all the women. I lived in a horrible little town, but there were some beautiful, nice women who lived in that town, and I found them.
Right.
I found them before Instagram, before Tinder, before dating apps. I found them. So that's that story you're saying. Like, what if I literally lived that?
Yeah,
that was me.